If you asked me that question 5 years ago, I would have said, yeah. I mean, I would have said you have to manage in the minor leagues and work your way up. But Aaron Boone has now proved the point where he literally had not coached or managed at any level before he took over the Yankees. And what were the results there? 100 wins, 103 wins his first 2 years. So he was handed the keys to a sports car, and he didn't drive it into the tree. Like, he kept it between the white lines, got the team to the playoffs. So clearly it can be done. And so I think that has kind of changed the thinking a lot around the game here. Where in today's game, where you don't have the Jim Lelands, the Joe Torres, the Tony La Russas, really, those guys are phased out. You got this new breed of managers, and previous experience need not apply.
Correct, because they are not, in fact, really managers anymore. They're data applicators. They apply the data that the front office wants them to do. And I know that there's other things to it, but the sport has evolved to a point where I don't even consider them managers anymore. They're applying the data, or at least the directives from the front office for the most part here. And that's why the sport has changed. All right, Elise, what do you think the Mets should be looking for when they look to hire their next data applicator?
Well, to the point that you just made, David Stern said in his introductory press conference that he's looking for a true partnership, and they're going to work side by side with the operations department. What he also said, and this to me is a bigger point, in my opinion, looking for a manager, and he gets this, but I think I kind of still see it as you want to believe that they're still making decisions and stuff. But what becomes important is managing people and personalities. So I think number one, and he hit on that, but number one for me is that's what sticks out as a good manager is how do you manage people? How do you manage a roster? I don't necessarily care about age, old or young. Experience, not a bad thing, but I don't know if I care about if you've played or not. Like, I don't think these things add up or always equal that you are good at managing people. Because there's one thing to me that is consistent about a good manager, and that is that because it's about the communication. So when you look at a new manager for the Mets, like, what direction could he go in? For instance, like, could he go younger? Well, maybe because of what we're describing and that partnership and how that works. I see that's what he had in Milwaukee, so it's a possibility. But I don't necessarily think that you can always say because he has this, this, and that, he will make a good manager. Because I always think it's how you work with people, and I think you see that time and time again.
Yeah, I agree with that, and Elise, and I agree with what you said, how you set it up, Sal. I agree with nothing you said. No,
Thank you.
But with, like, experience, there's a lot of different ways you can slice that. The idea of having major league managerial experience, like you could be Brian Snitker and have decades of field experience in player development in the minor leagues. You're very experienced when you arrive at the Braves. Or you could be Aaron Boone and arrive from the broadcast booth. So there are many, many different ways to be in the job with no experience. And as you're saying, Elise, it's just about the fit. It's how you deal with people.